Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show. I'll be breaking down the big mega cap stocks, and today there will be a bonus, which is gonna be Micron. So don't forget to hit that like button. That is greatly appreciated, guys, and that is why these videos are coming out. Now, if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, and if you want to go above and beyond, not only support the channel and get life-changing trade ideas, live trading, daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, all sorts of short term and long term setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. We got some data coming out next week, and that's starting with Monday ISM. We got some data on Wednesday as well. We got Joel's job opening, we got ISM services, and then Friday we got the big one. That's going to be the non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. That's going to move the market. Fear and greed index. We're right in the middle, neutral 45. Stock market, you can see Warren Buffett left, and now we got a new CEO here, and the stock actually came down today. Stock market, what we got today? Dow is up 0.66%, and that is due to Boeing, especially, and then Caterpillar. Nasdaq flat, S&P flat, and Russell was up over 1%, but the Russell was going down for like what, 4 days now. 11 sectors. Guess who led the way on top? Energy, industrials, basic materials, utilities, technology. On bottom, lagging behind communication services, consumer cyclical, consumer defensive. One more thing, you can see advancing today was almost 59%, declining 38. Stock market map, what do we have here? Well, again, if you look at my screen, a lot of green here, a lot of green on semis, and especially I'm going to talk about MU here in this video, and there is a reason. This thing is definitely at extreme, and it's going to come down very soon. Now, what's actually disturbing today, and I'm going to talk about it as I go through these stocks. Look at this, guys. The whole market was up because of industrials and semis. Mostly semis here. You can see AMD up over 4%, AMU, TSM was up big time today. I think 5%, and some of these, financial names right here also. But look at here, what's really bothering me about this, move today. Microsoft, the big name that actually moves the market, what happened? Destroyed, down over 2%. Palantir down. CrowdStrike, PANW, gone. Apple was up. And we're going to talk about this right here. It was a big mess, at least from my end, not taking any puts on Apple. Look at what happened from 278 down to 269 within just a matter of couple minutes. Amazon down nearly 2%, and Tesla, what happened to the flow? It's not going to 500 anymore. We took 430 puts, and today almost going in the money. Almost 60, 65 bucks gone from Tesla, guys. Just like that. And I have said that before in my video many times that you'll not even notice that Tesla will be down 50, 60 bucks easily. And this is not the time to go long. Another one, Netflix was down 3%, got absolutely destroyed today. But look at right here. GE, we got Boeing, we got LMG, look at Caterpillar. Those were all up on the day. So I think this video, and a lot of you guys are going to like this. I'm not going to add this every day, but I think we need to talk about MU. So let's get started, guys. On MU, it's up over 10%, and now it's still up another 1.17%, taking it all the way up to almost $320. Now, is this actually time to go long on MU? I know there will be some videos out there. There will be somebody posting that, hey, the flows are saying that there is 350 calls might be coming and we should be going in. Now, yes, MU, we traded before on this run, and these contracts that we took, puts, we sold before earnings, they went to the moon. Now it's back up after earnings. We had a massive gap up and go, pretty much saving a Nasdaq. And now look at this move here, guys. This was that upside trend line. You can see we got a touch, we backed off, we touched, went higher, backed off, and we're touching it again. And it's trading at almost 320 bucks. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is where things are at extreme. So last time it was actually up here, we had a decent correction. Look at now, 85 on this monthly RSI. We got a reading of 85. Look at the weekly here, 81. The last time it happened, what happened from there? We saw massive correction. And if I go and look at it even further out, like quarterly, I mean, look at this, 82. So this thing is definitely on the short list. Is it going to come down tomorrow? Is it going to come down next week? Is it going to come down the week after? If you're looking at that and buying weekly things and even shorting the shares and trying to cover the next day, you can possibly make a little bit of money. But I think if you think about the long run, there is definitely enough downside on AMU than upside. And if you want to go and look at something, go look at PLTR today. People that were bullish, and I was saying that that thing would come down again, and Kramer was going after it, guys. So no luck. PLTR crashed today, another big dump off. AMU. Now where this thing is going, well, you can see I have a price target here at 320, and it's almost there now. And it's also hitting this trend line. So next week, come Monday, if we get some sort of a pullback, watch out. It can pull right back into that 298 to 300. That should be a level to watch. We gapped up today. I mean, this is not a normal move on MU. This stock does not move like this. I mean, I have seen it, moving like 20 bucks, 20 plus, but look at today. I think this is one of the biggest move I have ever seen on this crappy stock, which is up $30 on the day. And look at the market cap. Now, a couple of months ago, AMD was doing the same thing. What happened right after that? And I think the same result you guys will see on AMU. So watch out if this thing pulls back, retraces back. Definitely, we can pull back into 298 to 300. There is a gap at 293. That should also act as a support. But if this thing takes out all that, we could be pulling back easily down to this previous all-time high. And that should be your target if you're going for a short on AMU 263. Not that I'm saying it cannot go lower, but I think that is decent enough to take profit here. And I think it's going to happen. It might be happening within maybe, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks. Definitely that's possible on AMU. So watch out this stock here. Definitely at extremely overbought. And another one, not only PLTR that you can go and look at silver. It's coming down. People were getting extremely bullish and just, going all over it. Same thing with gold. It's coming down as well. So this thing is not different. It will come back. It just needs some time. When things are at extreme, they definitely come down. And you guys got some good examples to look at, especially Palantir right now. On Apple, stock is down 0.31%. Now, that's why nobody is perfect. And yes, money was made today, lots of money. One of the best first day of the year trading that I had was today. And you guys will see later on, I'm going to share some trade ideas that we took. It was just really too good to pass on. And today, all of them actually paid, even including SPY that I took puts early morning. And those were also up massively today. But even with winners like those, I'm still not happy today. Why? Because I saw Apple at 277, almost 278. And what I did was just looking at it, I'm like, okay, this had this downtrend, and look at this massive candle, and it just looks like a breakout. And trust me when I say this, I'd rather go short Tesla, which I did, you guys know, but then I'm really scared to short Apple. And even if I do, I usually get out early. I don't like shorting Apple. I always like going long on Apple. Not that I'm going to go long here, But why I'm actually really sad today, even after making money, because I could have, taken some puts right here, and because it's gonna be earning season again, I just didn't want to take it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna short Apple. But look at what happened, guys. I mean, this thing from 278 almost down to 269, and I always play, Friday, $2,000-3,000 of zero DTs, or some sort of a swing, something, even a week out, and I could have played it. But again, that's why nobody is perfect, and nobody will be perfect trading. And also, learning, when it comes to trading, you will always learn something new every day. There is no end, there is no school, nothing that you're going to go and just graduate and come out and say, hey, I know everything now, I'm just going to go and win. No. Sometimes you'll see the opportunity, it's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen, that 277 resistant, we might pull back from here at least $2-3. But look at how much it gave back, almost $9. Huge move. So this is definitely a bearish on Apple. 20-day coming down, possibly will cross below the 50-day, and that's not looking too good. So you can see 272 did not even hold today. We came all the way down to the lower band, like I said in my video previously, and almost touching the lower band. So 272, we cannot recapture. It's not heading higher. If it does, watch out for the resistance at 274.82 and then 277. This thing gets below or stays below 272. Watch out for the support down here at 268.79 and then heading down to 264 to close the gap. This gap is open for quite some time, and I think very soon you're going to see Apple closing this gap down here. On Meta, it's down 1.47%. And if you look at my screen, we came all the way down to the lower band, 643, pretty much exactly there. Low for the day, 643.5. And from there, we saw a bounce back up to where, if you look at my screen, we closed slightly holding or just above the 50-day moving average. Not even above, right on it, guys. 650.41. That's where it's sitting. So here on Meta, definitely some weakness. It's not looking too hot anymore. And if this thing gives up this lower band right here, 643, then it's heading down to 638. And from there, don't forget, we have a massive gap down here. To the upside, now we need to recapture, reclaim 664. And only if that happens, it's heading higher back up to 673, 672. And then we can talk about 682. This gap is not even in the picture anymore because of how it actually came down today. On Microsoft is down 2.21%. So definitely we need to talk about Microsoft. And we talked about Apple already, that it's not looking good. Look at right here, guys. We talked about it in my video previously, that we got this wedge or bear flag pattern. Inside that flag, we also have this consolidation, maybe even a mini bull flag. But we need confirmation breakout or breakdown. And look at what happened today, guys. Apple down over 2%. That is not a small move. And the market still was pretty much green, at least S&P, and Nasdaq was flat, and the VIX went down also. So I'll be doing an update on stock market as well. And if you're not subscribed to it, definitely do that right now so you don't miss out on that update that is coming out possibly tomorrow, where I'll be doing a deep dive into the stock market. So Microsoft right here at 473, barely holding to the lower band. If that extend to the downside, we could see further downside all the way down to 462. We get a snapback, maybe it comes right back up. There will be resistance at 476, 480, and only if we can cross that next week, then we will talk about more upside. Otherwise, it's definitely not looking too good for the market, as Microsoft actually a big name breaking down from this bear flag. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing. It's totally free. And since I have you guys here on X, and since I have this in front of me right here, as soon as I opened up this page, you can see SPY, what happened back in Q1 2025. This is where we peaked, and then what happened? We had a decent sell-off, and that was the tariff turmoil where we went down nearly 30%. What's happening here? Well, we peaked, and so far, market just selling off. Is that going to happen again? But you know, Probably not, but we can definitely see a little bit more selling in this market because how VIX is already down again today. Now, with that being said, guys, we had some really good time in the market, and you can see these trades that I posted today. And just few, I'm not even sharing all the trades. Baba calls. Look at this. 1229, it was trading at 146-ish, I think. Yep, right about there. You can go and match the time. 155 calls. And these went to the moon today. Nvidia, this was the second time that I took these trades, 200 calls, and these were up today. We took profit on these as well. And you can see DIA, we took puts. This was the second time I got in again at 485, 480 puts. This was deep in the money today that I sold. Then in Nvidia, you can see still holding half a position. Baba calls went to the moon, and we took profit on this one as well. And this is the result of that. Quite a few people that actually are serious within my Patreon group, they made money. It was really fantastic to see people making money. And you can see this is my small account that early morning, it was only 9:36 a.m. and boom, it's up, and it's already up, and it started for the year already in a positive note in a big way. So if you're really serious about trading and you want to do this full time, definitely new year, first of the month, this is the right time. Check out my link down in the description for Patreon, guys. On Amazon, stock is down 1.87%. So here's another one, guys. Amazon also not looking too hot. And you can see we went higher today. We did close the gap. And immediately what happened? We found lots of sellers. It actually broke under the 20-day here, 228.48, and now trading at 226. We could be going down to this. We actually did almost down to this key support, 223.9. So that's going to be a key zone to watch. Underneath that, we have lower band at 221.46, and then all the way down to 215, where we held before right here. To the upside now, on Amazon, there will be resistance at 228.48, over that 231.53. And if we can cross that, watch out for a move up to right here, 233 and then 236. On Google stock, it's up 0.5%. So Google, if you look at my screen, here's another one, just like Apple, that in a lot of these things that I'm not actually looking to short, there is a reason because earnings are right around the corner. And if I'm shorting, I might have to go through the earnings, and I hate doing that. I like to sell out. Even the last time we had MU puts that we took, further out, like these were June puts that we took, and it was down significantly. So we sold before earnings, and now look at it, what's happening. So I don't like to go through that pain. I know some people like gambling all the time. They're buying earnings. So one or two they hit, and then they miss three, and the account is gone. It's blown. It's gone. Nothing left. There is so many, even within my Patreon community, like people would just go and waste their money playing earnings, and I hate doing that. That's why this was another miss today, that even I was looking at it and it almost came up here, and we talked about it in my video that 323, 324, and it was right there, guys, right in the slot to short, upper Bollinger Band sitting right above it. But again, for the earnings, did not touch, and look at what happened from there. 310 came, so it gave back how much? Oh my God! I mean, this is pretty big. People who played or plays zero DTs, if they touched today, Google or maybe even Apple, this was massive money. I know some people were posting MU gains on calls, which was also massive. I think 1,500 or 15,000%, something like that is crazy. So these were pretty much similar plays, but to the downside. So what is next on Google? Well, you can see even after all that, we got a doji type of candle, and we did close over 314. So technically, it's still looking okay. Not too bad, but today's rejection was really bad. So 314 gives up. We could be coming down rapidly. The next stop would be 309. Then we got 307, 303, and then 300 down to 292. To the upside, 314 holds. We might be going back up to 324, maybe even 328.67 to retest previous all-time highs again on Google. On AMD, it's up 4.35%. So this is how we do things on semis. And it's kind of really suspicious how dollar, I think, was up today, and VIX went down, and the market was just not really healthy enough. Even though it's saying, advancing and declining, advancing was more. but it was morely based on these names like AMD, Nvidia, EMU. These things are just going ballistic, and then another one was TSM, which actually hit a brand new all-time high, including the ETF SMH. So here on AMD, you can see we got right back to that resistance right here, 50-day moving average, and rejection was there. Immediately came back all the way down to 219, almost closing the gap. But we did not fill the gap. We went back up and now trading below that 226. Now AMD left a gap open here now. After this consolidation, this could be a breakaway gap, but still the chart does not look too bullish. Only if AMD breaks 226, that holds up for maybe 2 3 days, and the continuation happens to the upside, then it would look more bullish, especially if it goes towards 235, 236. That would look more bullish. Now, as of right now, if this thing comes right back in, closes the gap at 217, holds up, that could be a buying opportunity. But if that gives up the next support at 214, and below that we could be coming to the bottom of this wedge or flag right here, and that's going to be under 200, which is not going to be a good one for the bulls, guys. So AMD, yes, it's looking much better, but with this gap up and go and the rejection that I saw today and then pushed back again, I mean, who knows? I mean, there might be something that's coming within these semi names. And if there is a flush that is coming, especially beginning of the year, which you have seen many times before in the market, and today was, mainly these names that actually went up and capped S&P and Nasdaq, at least, flat to green. If these things are going up, guess what's going to happen? The entire market will roll over. And that's why you got to watch these things very carefully, especially that we do not go and chase anything on a gap up and go. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.26%. So Nvidia, again, Nvidia actually paid today. I still have some calls, and Nvidia paid twice. We bought here, we sold on this rally here, and then it came back in after this big move right here. We took calls again, and now we got paid again because today we sold half of it right around, I think, 191, almost 192 and some change. So this was really nice. But look at the daily candle, inverted hammer, came back under 190. So, and it's holding that 188, 190 breaks, then we have more upside, maybe 196, 190. If we cannot break that and it actually breaks down under the 5 day 188, we could be pulling back into 186, and then 184. We have a gap down here as well, 181.45 on Nvidia, which I think Nvidia, if it does not get that breakout, especially over 190, if we cannot stay over 190, it could be pulling back in the short term to possibly come and close this gap or even retest that rejection we had many times before. Now that will be a support, which is 184. On Broadcom, it's up 0.44%, and you can see we got actually over that three, almost it was right here. It was actually 360, but then look at the rejection came back under 357, and now trading at 347, slightly up on the day. So definitely, I mean, we had an attempt of a breakout to the upside, but definitely bulls are not strong enough to do that here on Broadcom. So watch out if this thing breaks and holds over 357, we could see some upside in the short term, maybe 373. But if it doesn't do that, then definitely this bear flag is still intact, and I think we can see more downside here on Broadcom. On Netflix is down nearly 3%, and this is an ugly, ugly looking chart. And look at this move. Now, Netflix, look at this, chop here, a lot of consolidation. And what happened today? We took a dump off all the way under this support right here. You can see that I had right around 91 and some change. We closed pretty much right at 91. So what is the next stop? Well, you can see the down here, that's going to be around 86, and so far there is no signs of any bounce here on Netflix unless they surprise us with earnings. This is definitely not looking good. Now, I've been talking about it, how Netflix could be a nice long-term opportunity. This is definitely getting better at this price now that it's sitting at 91. If it goes a little bit lower, let's say 84, 85, somewhere here, that would be fantastic. But definitely, if you're looking for a short-term play to the upside. The chart definitely it's not looking good. I would not even play anything short term. Long term, definitely if you're really good at catching knife, falling knife, and if you can hold on, you will be rewarded right here on Netflix. But you gotta hold on. You cannot just flip it the next day and think that you're gonna make money on Netflix. So that 91.7 we need to recapture. Otherwise, we could be heading lower. Like I said, next one is 86-ish. And if we can recapture that, and then also recapture 94, then we would be heading back up to the upside. But you can see clearly from this wedge pattern we broke down today, and this is definitely not a pretty looking chart on Netflix. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll definitely keep you guys updated Monday night.